It's news time. Information is power. The current. The news headline. Why Amaechi said he could control Nnamdi Kanu if released to him by Buhari. On Friday, sequel to the plea by highly respected Igbo leaders, President Muhammadu Buhari said he would consider an unconditional release of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, who is currently standing trial for treason. Even though it runs contrary to the doctrine of separation of powers, this weighty promise was made by the president when he received a group under the aegis of highly respected Igbo greats, led by Chief Mbazulike Amaechi, the First Republic parliamentarian and the Minister of Aviation at State House, Abuja, on Friday. Meanwhile, in a statement, the Nigerian who described the situation in the southeast as painful and pathetic pleaded for a political solution to the insecurity situation in the southeast and went further to request that Nnamdi Kanu be released to him. However, while allaying fears of the consequences of releasing the IPOB leader, Amaechi said Kanu would no longer say the things he had been saying before now, that is the Biafra agitations, because he is sure Amaechi, can control him. Meanwhile, the elder statesman noted that he was sure that he can control Kanu, not because he has anything to do with him, with IPOB, but because he is highly respected in Igbo land today. Additionally, speaking further, the revered chief disclosed that another major reason for being sure that he can control Kanu if released to him was because on 2 different occasions he had interfaced with the IPOB leader in the past and was able to make him change his mind about orders earlier given on civil disobedience. Meanwhile, many Nigerians have continued to express divergent views on the latest developments regarding the trial of the IPOB leader, just as the Apex Sociocultural Organization in Igbo land, the Ohanaeze Ndigbo Worldwide, on Friday allayed the fears over alleged plots to kill Kanu in custody of the Department of State Services. And this is the reason why the people had been looking for ways of which they can actually solve this problem, that is Nnamdi Kanu being released. And there has been different kind of views why the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu may be difficult for President Muhammadu Buhari to grant, saying that the request to unconditional release Nnamdi Kanu, who happens to be the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, who is still in the custody of the Department of State Services, DSS, might be a very difficult one, although the president made a statement at the State House, saying that that he's going to look for ways to go about it. That was because of the stakeholders, the Southeast leaders, who actually went to pay the president a visit, asking him to allow a political solution, and that was as a result of Abubakar Malami, who said that the federal government was actually open to a political solution to solve any uproar and agitations that can break the unity of Nigeria. The president went further to say that allowing Nnamdi Kanu to make his case in court is a privilege, saying that when Kanu was arrested and brought back to Nigeria, he, as the president, decided to let the court handle the case. And despite the fact that the president gave the Ohanaeze Ndigbo the assurance that he will consider their request, there is still a difficult, a difficult comprehension on how the president might take such decision, considering the circumstances surrounding the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. Firstly, according to a writer, it says that Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail in 2017. Nnamdi Kanu left Nigeria and traveled abroad, and he went there and started doing the same thing that led to his previous arrest. He left Nigeria, and through his broadcast, he was alleged of inciting violence on Radio Biafra. He called the president Muhammadu Buhari. He said all sorts of names and delivered so many hate speeches. And Kanu, one of his broadcasts on Radio Biafra, many things were said by him. And releasing him unconditionally this time, the newsman says that it will be very difficult for President Muhammadu Buhari, even though Chief Amaechi said that he can control Nnamdi Kanu, there is yet no guarantee that Nnamdi Kanu will not do more if he is released. Although then it was actually true that the military invaded his home of which many people were killed, even his parents were said to have lost their lives, and this actually made him to flee away from Nigeria abroad. Secondly, it is unconstitutional in a democratic country like Nigeria for a president to interfere in the affairs of the judiciary, like President Muhammadu Buhari told Ohanaeze that unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu goes contrary to the separation of powers between the judiciary and the executive, which means that the president Muhammadu Buhari cannot easily make a conclusion on this case, that is releasing Nnamdi Kanu. So allowing Nnamdi Kanu make his case in court, just like Buhari has said, was actually an opportunity. Therefore, that was what made him open up to the delegation of Igbo leaders under the aegis of highly respected Igbo greats who paid him the visit in the presidential villa on Friday, seeking the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He prayed for Governor Emmanuel to have a good successor who will follow his good steps and continue to lead the state towards greater heights. And this is the former president of the country, that is Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, who has been commended by Governor Emmanuel of Akwa Ibom State, who actually organized a special luncheon in honor of the former president for the annual conference of the Nigerian Environmental Society and the marriage ceremony of the first daughter of his longtime friend and fellow pioneer student of the University of Port Harcourt, Professor Richard King. And after they welcomed the guest, during his speech, he actually said that as he is known to be somebody who talks out of evidences that borders on data, and after he had analyzed the GDP, the exchange rate, and the economy of the country, it was very clear that the regime of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was far better than that of the present administration, because the economy for now has been debased, and therefore they feel so proud of him anywhere he goes to. They are saying that Goodluck Ebele Jonathan is actually the pride of the country anywhere he goes to. And Governor Emmanuel expressed great pleasure for the former president to have come around for this for the program, and seized the opportunity to thank him and his wife, Patience Jonathan, for coming around to grace the event, and stressed that given his acquaintance with the progress of Akwa Ibom since 1994, is in good position to judge development of the state. And also, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan has actually commended the good works of the Akwa Ibom governor, saying that it is a well-deserved position, and is very sure that subsequent time he would be better placed for better position in the country, and also charged him that he should ensure that he has a good successor who would actually continue the great works that he has been doing in the state. Thanks for listening.